Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog.
All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Tonight, the preseason draws to a close with a good matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Mariota. He gets it to Humphreys. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy that springs for the good stuff.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one caught by Ridley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, but now it's third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
60 Pittsburgh.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. 20! And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 47 yards. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Looking to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free. Take it away from the other team. And now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Gonna give this time to the tailback. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. 3rd and short yardage. Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice. Just That because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field, and to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On second down now, Cates, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Martinez now to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Martinez operating from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot. Because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Exit.
53 is the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 30.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's make these ready.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop him.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Howard Wilson. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the... About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return, and it'll be Titan football. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75-ish? And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and abundant. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Well, I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
Not more than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Don't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the pre. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the play...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Final tune-up here before the regular season. And look, we know how much talent this guy has, but those are the mistakes he's going to have to avoid when the regular season does begin. Because
as a high draft pick, you're expected to be the guy sooner rather than later. And what they want to see is that you've absorbed teachings from the first 3 games, and now you look maybe not a finished product, but a guy now who is trending towards being the man for your football team.
2nd and 2. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 74 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Martinez. Off play action. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Martinez. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Martinez. And that's going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good return there, 17 yards. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast?
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Nashville. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Fielded at about the 28. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cates. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Cates, and he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
And his kick is right through. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Here's Martinez on 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
60 Pittsburgh.
Coming this way, coming this way.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Moore on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down 28-21, a minute 4 on the clock. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just 1 more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Back to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Let's go, boys. Go.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.